back to our channel. This is the vlog.
Squad.
Yeah. Lauren, Madison, Michaela, just a gang. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Like this video.
Every Wednesday/Thursday.
This video's on Monday. That's okay. Special one.
Sister shout out, Senora. Shout out to you.
Our main follower.
Go follow her.
If you want to shout out, all you gotta do is laugh at my jokes and you're in. Okay, on to the video. So, for our project, we watched the movie Split. And this movie came out in like 2016 or so, and it just okay. I don't want to do this. You start off, and then I'll talk when you talk.
So the movie's about a man who has dissociative personality disorder, and basically he has like 23 personalities, and he goes to therapy and all that. And in the beginning, he like kidnaps 3 girls. You don't really find out why until the end, but he keeps them locked in a room, and he's always like switching personalities, obviously. And the main personalities that he has is like Dennis and Patricia, and they're like bad people, I guess. And they basically stole the girls so that this beast could eat them. I know, kind of weird. Okay. That's all I got, really.
Oh, okay. So that's basically the whole movie. He goes to a therapist, and he ends up killing. Spoilers! If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's 2018 or 19. So, but he ends up killing the therapist, like, whack stuff.
And
No, it's
go ahead. You can.
one of the girls that he kidnapped also suffers from PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
I am so sorry.
That's 2 disorders we found. Okay.
Yes. And
2.
also one of his personalities has obsessive compulsive personality disorder. So that's 3.
That is 3.
Disorder count 3. Can she put that in?
We'll try. If it's not in there, I can't do stuff.
They're gonna be right here. Just kidding.
Say the symptoms of
the
disorder first. I don't have them. I didn't.
That you have. So I'm looking up real quick.
She does have them.
Hold on.
We're gonna stop. Should I stop it?
Commercial break.
5 seconds. Welcome back.
All right, we're back better than ever. So here are the symptoms of DID.
DID. Dissociative identity disorder.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Memory loss of certain time periods, events, people, and personal information. A sense of being detached from yourself and your emotions. A perception of the people and things around you as distorted and unreal. A blurred sense of identity. Significant stress or problems in your relationships, work, or other important areas of your life. Inability to cope well with emotional or professional stress. Mental health problems such as depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts and behaviors.
He conveys all of this, so all to you.
Yeah, so like he basically switches personalities, like whenever, I guess, like random times.
And then treatments.
He said in the video, like, whenever, like, a new personality would come, he goes, well, I have the light now. Like, because, like, there was this, like, head wig or whatever, and he was, like, a little boy. And he's like, I took the light from them. And then, like
pass the plate from Disney Channel.
Kind of.
No.
Yeah, not really. But, yeah, kind of. And, like, yeah, so, like, they would just be, I look like Casper. There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead, Meg, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, like, treatments for this disorder is, like, cognitive therapy. They said, like,
That's what I meant.
and then psychotherapy. So there's only, like, 3. They don't really work. You can't be cured from it. It just tries to, like, help you get control of them, basically. Okay, what were you saying? Before I interrupted you.
I don't remember. Not important.
Oh, it was kind of weird, though. Whenever he was in therapy, like, the therapist was like, so you all sit in a room together. So, like, all of his personalities sit in a room in chairs, and, like, they all know each other. I thought that was really weird that they literally, like, they knew each other's personalities and, like personally, they knew who each other were, even though it's one body, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. On to the questions. I have them out, so.
You knew it was
Disgusting.
I knew it was gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Okay. So the first question is, what events led to the abnormal behavior being exhibited?
Okay, so they didn't really, like, they touched on this and, like, they showed it, but, like, they didn't really go into too much detail about, like, when he actually first got it. And
you kind of, like, figure it out as the movie goes on, though.
Right. And then so
Wasn't it what happened with his parents?
Yeah, so, like, his mom,
his dad got on a train one day and just, like, never came back, apparently. and then his mom had OCD. Was it
Yeah.
OCD?
Yeah.
And like if it was ever dirty or anything, like she would hurt him, like abuse him. So he made the other personalities because he was too weak to protect himself. So like they were kind of there to like make him stronger and protect him from things that were hurting him. So I guess it's nice.
I guess
Yeah.
that's number one.
I think that's number one. Didn't really touch on it that much, but they did.
How accurately is the disorder portrayed?
I think it's pretty accurate. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I've never met anyone with this disorder, but they made it obvious like who was who and like when it switched, like the clothing, the accents.
well, yeah, that, and like if it was like a female, like he would like drop his shoulders and like make her have like a long neck, and like,
Yeah.
you know, like just to talk a different way. And like if it was a man, obviously he'd be like more like,
Yeah.
Like,
you know, like how
strong
he
and-
was. And then like even like at like the actor, I forget his name.
I don't know his name.
Didn't he like what you were saying?
Yeah, he would like go on YouTube and like look up vloggers that had this disorder, and like they would like change on camera. And then he talked to like a lot of like doctors and stuff about it, so like he would know how to like accurately like how like easy it would be to like change and stuff like that. But like I think for some people like it takes like a couple hours before like the person changes. And,
Yeah,
like,
they said it varies from minutes to like days
Yeah.
from which they could change personalities. But I thought it was kind of cool with him is he has like a 9-year-old boy inside of him too. His name was Hedwig. But whenever he was him, he would kind of like walk like not on his knees but like crouched.
yeah, it was
So like you can tell that he was a completely different person than all the others because he was so much younger and like shorter, I guess. It was pretty cool.
super cute.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I just ate a hot dog.
Yeah.
So cute.
I just ate a hot dog.
Do you want to read
Yes,
the third
I don't
one?
know. Yeah, of course. What elements are missing from the disorder?
Oh yeah, that one's we don't know.
I don't think that anything was really missing. I mean,
I don't either. Like with the symptoms that Madison read, like he seemed to exhibit most of them, and I don't think that they're all
Right.
necessarily like you're
Like-
not gonna have all the symptoms to a
right.
disorder.
I mean, we've been
if
talking about that
makes
too. Everyone's different, so I'm sure like they just like kind of like checked off like when you get it, like you just like you know like how we say like check off boxes, kind of
Yeah,
like of
but-
what you have and what you don't have. But
And then, like the fact that he did so much research on like how the like disorder is really
Yeah.
like displayed, like the actor himself, like he did a good job. I
Yeah.
guess.
And I also think that depending on the personality that he is, like they all show different signs of the disorder, if that makes sense. Like they're not all gonna have like anxiety, like only some of them will.
yeah,
And like the other ones may have an eating disorder. Like I think that's kind of how it's supposed to play out.
yeah, I agree with that. Okay, next question.
Do you want me to go? Or do you want to go?
I don't think
Okay,
wanna
I'll
go?
go.
Oh, okay.
Or do you want to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
How accurate? What? Oh, we just did that one. How would you improve the portrayal of abnormal psychology in the media?
Oh, do you want to say what you said? I don't want to say. Because you came up with it, like, at the end about the bees.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh.
You said it, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing with, like, this movie, like, he did a great job with, like, all the personalities, but, like, at the end, there was, like, this, like, I guess, like, the last personality, like, the 24th personality was called, like, the Beast or something. And
Yeah.
it was, like, more demonic and satanic than it was, like, a personality, because he became, like,
Yeah, like,
inhuman, like, he had supernatural
strong,
powers, like, he
weird.
was, like, getting stabbed and he wasn't dying, and, like, he
Yeah.
was able to, like, crawl on walls or something like that.
So
So,
dumb.
like, that portrayal is kind of, like, making people with these, like, disorders seem, like, monstrous, if anything, like, more
Yeah.
so than just, like, someone who needs help.
And I feel like they could have just like ended the movie with like maybe him getting caught or something. Like I don't feel like they need to add that part, but like
It was,
Yeah.
like, yeah, the movie
Dumb.
was, like, interesting, and then they added that, and it was just, like, felt like they were trying too hard to, like,
Right.
make it.
it was like really like a good plot like going on. Like the therapist started finding out something was wrong that like because like the normal person Barry, right? He wouldn't. It was one of the personalities. Like he wasn't coming to like the meetings, and she kind of could tell. So like I feel like they had a good plot and stuff, but then like by the time it got to that like demonic part, it was just kind of like
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of gave that whole disorder, like, a bad connotation to it type thing.
Definitely.
that's not it.
So,
And then I also feel like, I don't know how, like, improving it, but whenever the therapist, she was supposed to give a talk at, like, on a online thing to a whole, I don't know what you would call it, like a convention or something. And then she got a call and they were like, oh, we cut your time. No one really wants to listen to it. And it's kind of like, people that hear of this disorder, I feel like they just think it's fake and like it's not real, and they're just like making fun of something. And I think that needs to be improved
Or they're
upon
acting.
because it's a mental disability. Like, it's not their fault, and it just happens, and people don't understand that. So
I agree with that. I think that people don't really think that they're like they have the disorder and stuff, and I think that you don't really even hear about it in like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, that movie really brought like a lot of like attention to it, but like I don't know, I didn't really know anything about it. Like, you don't even hear about people like even like, you know, hurting like, people with a lot of disorders and stuff. So I think maybe they get a lot of good help, or like, I don't know, maybe they are like kind of like in a facility, I don't know, but
yeah,
you think like you'd hear more about it. But,
it's a good movie.
yeah. Good movie, 10 out of 10. Recommend, except for the ending.
And also throughout the movie, even though it was really focused on, is it DPD?
No, it's
Dissociative personality
DID.
disorder.
identity.
DID.
Oh, DID. Oops.
T.
There was also like a side plot of a girl, the one that he took, and she's suffering from PTSD.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, we didn't.
Oh.
And
We got all the tea.
like whenever she was a child, her
OCD one, okay.
okay, whenever she was a child, her uncle used to molest her, and so whenever she was like locked away in this house and she was dealing with the man with the personality disorder, she would always get like flashback from that, because I guess in the way he was acting and like always changing and like not pretending, but like her uncle was pretending to be like normal, and then with her he was completely different. Like, she would always get flashbacks, and
We have a special guest.
stop, don't show her.
She's fine.
Blur out her face.
Wait, where's she at? There she is.
She gave us the weirdest look.
We are talking to ourselves, so.
Stupid YouTuber bloggers. Like,
You're right, got me there. Thanks, Senora.
It's educational.
We
I
really are at the
swear.
waterfront right now taking this, but anyways, what were you saying?
Well, I was just saying it really touched on the PTSD, and I think that they did a good job portraying that too, because there were so many different like triggers that like brought her back to the. Okay, let's do it one more time.
I'm just laughing because I said we have a special guest.
We like roll down the window.
Do you want to say anything? Have you seen the movie? What if we interviewed people? Oh! No, okay, go
What
ahead.
if we're
I
like,
don't think we
oh my god, that would be so, like, have you ever seen the movie Split?
Make like a fake microphone.
Should we like? Do we have to come up with questions though?
We should, wait.
Wait, can we?
Commercial. So, I called you Victoria. We just talked about the
PTSD.
PTSD from the girl, and then also one of the personalities had OCD. I think we mentioned that before, but like
With
you
the
could
mom.
tell this had OCD. Yeah, well, because like of the mom.
Sorry.
Oh, we didn't say it about the guy though.
No, we said about the
Personality.
mom had OCD, and
Oh,
that's why
oh.
she would like hurt the child.
So one of the personalities, which one was it? Not Barry.
It was Dennis.
Dennis, yeah. He was like the one who actually kidnapped them, and the way they were kidnapped, I don't think we mentioned this either. It's not really important, but they were like kind of like maced with spray, and like they passed out, and like the dad was putting stuff in the trunk, and like they were just sitting in the car, and he like, I don't know, I guess maybe like knocked them out or something, and then got in the car and like maced them and then took them. So that was pretty scary. But the one personality did have OCD, and she could tell because when he got into the car, he would like, there was like stuff on like the dashboard, and like he literally like used a napkin and was like picking up the trash. So then whenever they like got to the cellar,
Yeah, like the basement.
yeah, which was like a zoo, it ended up being,
zoo.
but she was like, pee on yourself because he'll like make you, he won't like want to touch you and stuff. So she, like, the girl like was going into a room with him, and like no one knew it was gonna happen, but like she peed on herself, and then like he kind of like left and was like, take off like your clothes and stuff to make, yeah, like
Yeah, he really did.
yeah, so that was the OCD part. So
Yeah. I really liked the movie though.
yeah, it was a good movie. I
It was a
really didn't
great
like the
movie.
end,
It was a great movie.
but
Yeah. The end.
all tea all day.
The end really did ruin it. I don't like how they did that, because they really made it into something that the personality disorder is not.
They made the person with the disorder a kidnapper and a demon. So it's like,
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like, they really did portray him to be mentally, like, not even like mentally ill, but crazy, like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, nothing to do with the disability at all. They made him crazy.
No,
and
yeah.
That's kind of,
yeah, and it made it kind of seem like everyone with that disorder is gonna be like crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, and like
Like,
I
in a
really
bad
don't
way.
like, if you look up on YouTube like people changing like at least the 2 I watched, like they weren't like that dramatically changing. First of all, like there was only like 1 or 2 personalities that they had, and then like they were normal people. Like it wasn't that big of a deal. They weren't kidnapping people. Like I'm sure it could get to that extreme, but like I don't know.
I think it also depends on the amount of trauma that you go through.
True.
And I get it, he had it worse than others, but still, he wasn't as bad as.
And like
they made
Hedwig
him
was
seem.
so cute. Like what if it was that guy?
The guy was just vaping. I don't know if he got in the video because of the back window.
Oh.
He knew we were
I'll blur
recording.
it.
But yeah. Okay, what else do you want to say?
I think we got everything right.
That was all the questions.
Yeah, we got all.
Gave a summary. I think that was it. Tea.
Tea.
Lemonade.
No shade.
That was just annoying. Are we gonna try and do this or no?
You actually.
Burp count number 2 because that was the second one.
Sorry.
We need. Well, do you want to stop? Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back for the outro.
Alright guys, reporting back to you live at Waterfront. You know, we're standing in front of Journeys here. It's a beautiful Pittsburgh day, 35-degree weather. We're gonna go and interview some people, so copy that.
We found no one, so.
Okay, well, we're doing great though.
Oh yeah, we're trying our very best.
It's very cold and I don't have a jacket, so.
So, tell us just what you know about dissociative identity disorder,
That's what the man had in the movie.
or multiple personality disorder.
I don't know too much about it personally. I know that people sometimes have things happen to them throughout life that's traumatic. And when that trauma happens, it creates another personality to kind of allow them to deal with that situation and like avoid things.
That's actually perfect.
yeah,
That's awesome.
It really is.
And last question, how do you think the movie portrayed that disorder?
Like, do you think it was well?
Do you think it
or-
was like,
Not knowing anybody personally with it, I think it was portrayed well, but I feel like if I knew somebody with that in that situation to see real life how it happens, then I maybe could answer that a little bit better.
do you think they like exaggerated it at any point?
How do you feel about the ending, I think is what we're trying to get at.
It became like the beast.
The
or
demon
whatever.
thing, yeah.
Well, I wasn't so crazy about that part of the personality. I liked, all the other ones
Yeah.
coming in and out, but I honestly can say I wasn't crazy about the beast part.
Yeah, so that too.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good.
The second question is, how do you think the movie portrayed the disorder to viewers? It made it look scary. Scary? Yeah. Yeah, more so like, yeah, like not real. It wasn't real. Yeah. How do you feel like about the ending, like the demon part?
Freaked me out.
Freaked you out? Like
Yeah.
really unrealistic, basically.
Yeah, really unreal.
Would you say it gave like people with that disorder like a bad negative connotation?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm sorry.
Okay, well, we got some people.
This concludes our analysis.
Yeah,
our
thanks for
video.
watching. Thanks for watching.
Hope you learned something.
This is in the middle of Waterfront, so it's very hard. Okay, well, we'll see you
Next time.
subscribe to our channel. Shameless plug. Okay, bye.
Good to know.
How we going? How we doing?
It's a struggle bus out here. Times are tough out here, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I can see it and it's bothering me. So we're just gonna. Don't want people to think I'm dirty.
Wait, we never answered the third question. What elements are missing from the disorder?
Can we use
Why
this
is it-
actually?
Gross.
Press the button.
You did.